don't let it control you. Anger can be a paralyzing and debilitating condition. But you know what? It's even more terrifying and degrading for your child if you're taking out anger on them. The experience is not nice at all. Now, physical and verbal abuse of a child always have lasting and lethal implications on the child. So it's very crucial that as a parent, you do whatever is necessary to get your anger in check. It happens to every one of us. We have to learn how to manage our emotions. And as I will always say, parenting is about you. If you are trying to discipline your child, if you are trying to imbibe values into your child, if you are trying to instill good manners into your child, you have to first learn how to manage your emotions, because the things that happen on a daily basis will put you on your toes. They will push you to the wall, so you need to be able to put it all together. You need to be able to control yourself so that you don't find yourself flaring up when your child is just talking to you innocently, probably because of the frustration of driving through traffic, because you are hungry, because you are not feeling fulfilled at work, and then your child comes to talk to you, and then you flare up, and then you there's an outburst, and the child is wondering what's going on. It's very, very it's a very terrifying experience for them, and it affects them negatively. So it is very crucial that you do whatever is necessary to get your anger in check. As a parent, you have an opportunity, like a second chance, to undo the wrong things that were done to you as a child. Probably if you had an angry or an abusive parent, as a child. Now you having your children, it's a great opportunity for you to undo those wrongs. And it can even be a curative experience for you. It might be a way to set yourself free from the unresolved hurt and anger that your past might be filled with. So if necessary, take steps to heal yourself, because if you don't, you might be unwillingly and unthinkingly harming your child. Now, studies have shown that children whose mothers often express anger are more likely to be difficult to discipline. Can you see that? Can you imagine? So when you are not able to manage your anger, when you are not able to control your emotions, you are setting up that child for resistance to discipline, which is not a good thing at all. Now, so what I would encourage you to do is identify problems from your past, and then honestly look at the current situations that are angering you. It's always good I always tell parents to write out your anger triggers. What are the things that trigger your anger? What are the things that trigger your outburst? Is it hunger? For someone like me, when I'm hungry, although I'm not a heavy eater, but when I'm hungry, I would rather not talk to you because I'm feeling really uncomfortable. For some people, when they are pressed, they flare up. You can't, once you talk to them, they get triggered and they begin to have an emotional outburst. So write out the things that trigger you. Is it hunger? Is it stress from driving? Is it argument with your spouse, or whatever it is? Just place a finger on it. Be very, very blunt, be very honest, with yourself. Just identify the problems from your past, and then look at the current situations that are triggering your anger. Maybe you are not fulfilled at work. Maybe your spouse, you and your spouse, you're having relationship troubles, or maybe it's personal issues, or you have unfulfilled goals. Maybe those are the things that are bothering you. But if your child is always seeing your angry face and is always hearing your angry voice, there is every tendency that is what your child will grow up to be, because that is what they're seeing you do now. Always remember that your child will mirror you. your child will do what he or she sees you doing. So it's very important to pick your battles when parenting. You don't have to react to everything. Just decide that, okay, this and this is what you are not going to get worked up over. This small stuff, you're not going to get worked up over this or that. Pick your battles, choose your battles, and then you have to remind yourself that you are the one in control of your anger. Your anger cannot control you. Everyone has elements of anger in them. They might not express it, but when they are pushed to the wall, or when they are being stepped over, or when these things are being triggered, this anger might come out. So I want you to remind yourself and to tell yourself that you are the one in control of anger, not anger in control of you. So when situations present themselves that you just want to flare up, you just want to have an outburst, put yourself in time out. Count 1 to 5. As simple as it looks, it helps. Count 1 to 5. Take a deep breath. Walk away. Do whatever you have to do to get a grip on yourself before addressing that situation if you feel that your anger is coming on strong. Because children, just like we all know, they say words are like broken eggs. Once you are angry and you've said those things that are not nice, you've dealt with the conscience and with the self-esteem of your child, and you might not be able to take back those words. So it's always very important, once you feel that the anger is welling up inside of you and you won't be able to control yourself, just take a deep breath, take a cup of water, count 1 to 5, walk away, do something that will make you calm down before lashing out at that child. And I tell you, if you're able to put anger in check, if you're able to manage your emotions, you will not only see your child being more comfortable around you, but you will be setting up your child for success. Because when you are able to manage your emotions, your child is comfortable around you, and this translates into your child being built up confidently, and this ultimately translates into success. That is what you'll be setting up your child for when you are able to control your anger and manage your emotions.